Today I'm going to show you how to move the FSMO roles from one domain controller to another using the graphical interface within Windows Server. If you are migrating domain controllers, this is an important step to take to ensure that all Active Directory services are running and stable. I've done this many times in live networks while users are active without any downtime, but your mileage may vary. For this example, I have two domain controllers running Windows Server 2019. These steps will be identical if you're migrating from an older domain controller as well. The first step is to see which domain controller or domain controllers hold the various FSMO roles in the domain. We can do this by clicking Start, typing CMD, and opening the command prompt. Once in the command prompt, we can type the command netdom query FSMO. After the command runs, we can see that tgdco1 currently holds all of the roles in the domain. So now we can start moving everything over to tgdco2. So now we're on DCO2, and I'm going to move the three easiest roles first. The reason they're the easiest is because they're all in the same place. So those roles would be the RID, PDC, and infrastructure roles. To move them, we need to open up Active Directory users and computers. In this case, I'm going to use a shortcut, dsa.msc, to open it up. Now that we're in the Active Directory users and computers window, we can right-click on the domain name and choose Operations Masters. Now, the reason that I did this from the second domain controller is because it will make this change very, very easy. Normally, you would have to go through and change domain controller in the context menu like this, change domain controller. But since we're on DCO2, it already fills everything in for us. So in this case, the operations master is DCO1, and we're going to move it to DCO2. So it's as easy as clicking change and yes. So that role was moved. Now we're going to do the same thing for PDC. You can see it's on DCO1. We're going to move to DCO2. Change. Yes. Okay. And same with the infrastructure role. So these three roles have all been moved over to DCO2. And again, we can verify this by opening up the command prompt and running the netdom query FSMO command. So you can see infrastructure, RID, pool manager, and PDC roles all belong to DCO2. So we've still got to move domain naming master and schema master over. Moving domain naming master over is just as easy as the last three. The only difference is we need to go into a different management console. So in this case, we need to open up the Active Directory Domains and Trusts management console. I'm going to do that using a shortcut, domain.msc. With the management console open, this time we want to right click where it says Active Directory Domains and Trusts and choose Operations Master. And same thing, we can see TGDCO1 is the current domain naming's Operations Master, and we're going to move it to DCO2. So I click change, say yes, and it was moved. And let's just verify that it did move over. And it did. So now we just need to do the schema master and we're all set. So the schema master is just a little bit different. We have to register a DLL file and then we have to manually open up a management console for Active Directory schema. So to get started on this one, what you'll need to do is open a command prompt as administrator. If you don't know how to do that, click start, type CMD, right click and choose run as administrator and you'll get a new one. I already have one open, so I'll close this one. So the command that we want to run here is reg svr 32 and then the DLL that we want to register is the schema management DLL. So it's SCHM and then mgmt.dll. Hit the enter key. You can see it was registered. And now we can open up the management console to actually move the role over. So from the command prompt here, I'm going to hit MMC, open up a blank one, choose File, Add Remove, and then I'm going to expand this a little bit so we can see it. We want Active Directory Schema, so I'm going to add that in here, choose OK. Now with the Active Directory Schema Management open, we can right-click on Active Directory Schema itself and choose Operations Master. Same story as before. You can see this time it's saying DCO1, so what we need to do is we need to change domain controllers. So I'm going to manually select one here, DC02. It's just complaining that I'm not going to be able to make any changes because it's not the schema master. Okay, so now we can right click and choose operations master, and now this looks correct. We're going to move from DC01 to DC02. So let's hit change, yes. The role was successfully transferred, click OK. And now one last time, we can run the netdom query FSMO command and make sure that everything is moved over. And it looks like it. So thanks for watching. I hope you found this video useful. I know my microphone sucks and I'm working on getting a new one for the future, but I wanted to get this video out. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. You can also check out the article on our website at technogecko.net. The link will be in the description.